This is The Process Shot. I'm Michael. I'm stuck in a haunted movie theater, and I've seen Dementia 13, a horror drama from 1963 directed by Francis Ford Coppola. Yeah, years before he made all the good movies that I haven't seen around this place, he made this one. Well, he made this movie. Anyways, it follows the wealthy Halloran family, led by an aging matriarch and consisting of three brothers, one of whom dies of a heart attack, leading to his wife Louise becoming paranoid of being written out of the will. She invites herself to Castle Halloran, the family's estate, where she soon learns that Lady Halloran is superstitious, seeing signs of her deceased daughter's presence upon the grounds. As Louise plots to take advantage of this to try and grow closer to the lady, ongoing events cause other ghosts from the past to rise, threatening the safety of everybody at the castle. Also, there's an axe murderer on the loose. I probably buried the lead there, but he doesn't show up until maybe halfway through the movie or so. Before that point, it's more of a psychological drama, and after that, it's still more of a psychological drama, but with slasher horror elements that don't really see all that much action, actually. In fact, the final story feels almost more like a mystery drama than something more horrific, despite what the poster might have you believe. There's definitely more going on to do with the other two brothers, who do add more to the story in the latter half. In a sense, this movie is basically two parts, the first focusing on Louise and the second on the brothers. There isn't exactly much else to the story besides these characters, though, despite how much attention it gives to others who do appear. Even then, everybody falls into basic roles and personalities, with a few red herrings here and there to try and throw off the audience from figuring out the truth too soon, but otherwise having no depth to their character at all. In fact, there isn't much depth to the story anywhere. Whether it be in the plot structure that sticks to the more important ideas and locations with no room for other development, or in the writing and dialogue itself, which also lacks any nuance and says what is most important in order to keep the movie going, or else there won't be a movie at all. Ultimately, it feels a bit like a first draft that they greenlit and produced without any other edits or additions. The actual production doesn't fare much better. While parts of the movie are shot at a castle, it doesn't make much use of it. Interior set pieces don't really match with each other either, and most come off more like something reused from other movie productions rather than as originals made for the film. There are a few moments where an attempt at making an interesting visual does come through, but these are unfortunately few and far between, probably because it would have cost too much money for any creative angles. Almost all of the scenes are primarily in flat medium shots and close-ups, with a bland editing style that just keeps everything moving along and rarely ever being used effectively. Again, there are little moments where the movie has an interesting idea put into practice, but it's pretty obvious that wasn't ever the point. Still, the fact that they're here at all does at least show a bit of promise, especially given how the director went on to have an actual career. That doesn't excuse this movie, though, which feels a bit more like a side gig rather than something that could be seen as early genius. And because of all that, there really isn't much else I have to say about it. So, on to the rating, I guess. Dementia 13, Francis Ford Coppola, 1963. 1 star. I wouldn't recommend it, unless you're really interested in seeing where the director got started. That's it for this review. If you liked it, leave a like. If you didn't, leave a comment. Subscribe to the channel for more reviews. Would it even be fair to call this a Francis Ford Coppola movie? I almost feel like that's false advertising to even consider that.